Hello there. I'll be showing you how to annotate PDFs of books online using a free software called Zotero. First things first, you need to get a PDF of a book and download it to your computer. So I am going to be using Frankenstein as the example. I've already downloaded it to my computer. Next, you need to go to zotero.org, and the links will be down in the description if you need them. And there's two ways that you can do this. One is you can download the software as like an app, and you can do this without signing into it. The other way is if you want to work on it on online on a website, you need to sign up for a free account and then click on Web Library to work on it. Both interfaces will look like similar or even identical, just that the web version is missing a few features, but like everything else is already there. I'll be showing first the app that you would need to download. So after downloading it and installing it, you would see something like this. It may look a little bit different based on your computer. Maybe the theme may be different. To change like different settings, you would go to edit, and then you could go to settings over here. And then over here, you can change whatever theme that you want, different preferences. You can also link your account that you can create that would save your files, like whatever you have, onto the cloud. So it's not just on your computer, but you don't have to do that for the app. Now, what you would need to do is go over here on the top left, click on new item, and then click over here, book. When you click here, it'll show you some fields. You don't have to type in everything. You can type in like maybe the title and the author. For example, I will type in Frankenstein, and I'll type in uh, the author's name. And then the important part is over here, down here, it says attachments. You need to add the attachment. So you would add a file. You would add the PDF file, whatever PDF file that you have downloaded, which is your book, and it would show up like this. Oh, it disappeared. There we go. Now what you would need to do is you need to just double click this after you've added the attachment, and now it'll show you the book. The book is very zoomed in. To change it, you can just right click, click automatically resize, and now it's smaller. If you want it like 2 pages, like for example over here it's like 1 page on the left, 1 page on the right, all you gotta do is go here to view and then click on even spreads. So then the first page would be odd, so there's only 1 page here. The rest of them will be even like this. So over here you see like this interface. So in the middle is the actual book. On the top there are different tools, for example highlighting text, underlining it, adding sticky notes, text, boxes, and just drawing. And then over here you can put in page numbers. These buttons can let you go between pages up and down. And over here are the zoom controls. And over here, these are like all the pages. This is like similar to what you would see if you like open up the PDF. This is where the annotations are, the middle button. And then over here, you can navigate through it. So for example, there's all these different chapters. I can click on this and then go to each one. So, okay, I accidentally clicked the back button. So for example, now I'm in chapter 1. Let's say that I want to annotate something. So for example, let's say that I want to mention that this means that you were born in Geneva, Switzerland. So I can highlight this and then click on the yellow highlight color. And then I can also click on this again to add a comment. So for example, I can add Geneva, Switzerland. And I can even add a tag. So for example, I can add definition as a tag. Now, as you can see, it is highlighted over here. And this tiny indicator over here, this shows that there is an annotation attached to this highlight. So if I resize this again, if I highlight something like this, and I don't put any text, it won't show that little sticky note. If the sticky note is there, that means there's an annotation for it, like a note. And to delete it, you can just click on it and then press the delete button. Or you can click over here and press the delete button. Now the top buttons, they're more for like highlighting more quickly. So in this case, you'd have to click on the buttons up there, and then you can highlight pretty quickly. Same thing for underlining is over there. You can also choose different colors. Oh, 1 second. Let me disable this. You can also choose different colors. For example, I can choose red. I can choose blue. I can choose green. All these different highlights. So I can like really make it customized. And another thing that I can do is underlining. To underline, you would click over here, the underline button, and you can choose whatever color you want. Let's say I make this blue, and then now it looks underlined. For underlining, you can also add comments. Let's just add a comment like this. So as you can see, there's like a little sticky note saying that there is a comment over there. And one thing that's pretty interesting is because you can highlight and underline with different colors, over here on the bottom left, there's different colors, and you can click on one to show only the highlights and the annotations for that color. So for example, I click on the yellow. Now I clicked on the red one, now it's showing the yellow and the red because both of them are selected. I can deselect the yellow by clicking on it again. Now the only reds are showing. And I can select this again and this again. Now all of them are showing. I can deselect all of them to show all of them again. Now there's also, for tags, this also works as well. For example, let's say this is an insight. This is also, let's say, an insight just as like a tag. Now, as you can see on the bottom left, I have put different tags, right? Definition and insight. I can also go through each one of them for like that. Another thing you can do is you can add sticky notes to each page. So for example, if you click on this, you can change the color if you want over here, and then you can click wherever on the page that you want. So let's say over here, where let's say if you want to move it, you can move it. And then for this, you can add like a comment. Let's say this is some sort of page summary, right? Or like I can put whatever content that I want on here, and I can add a tag to this. Let's say this is a page summary. So then that when I am reading through this, let's say that I want to see only the page summaries, then I can click on this and it'll show me only the page summaries. Similar thing can be done for like, let's say chapters. Let's say over here, I go down, let's say over here, I summarize a chapter, summary of chapter 1. And I can put like chapter summary. And now if I click over here, I only see this one. You can also search through them. So chapter summary right there, summary right there, Geneva, what about Genovese? Yes, all of them show up. Next, I'll be putting down more annotations so I can show you more about like how searching works and how it looks overall. I have now annotated chapter 1 of Frankenstein, and this is what it looks like right now. So I have used multiple different highlights for different things that they represent. For example, green is a definition for like a word that I didn't know. Pink was a literary device. Yellow is takeaway, and so on. And it looks pretty nice because it's all like neatly highlighted. So it like helps you differentiate between different insights that you had about the text, about the annotations. And as you can see over here, you can have annotations inside of annotations, like highlights inside of them. And then these sticky notes as well. And all of these correspond to annotations on the left. So, for example, if I click on this, it points to this. If I click on this, it scrolls down all the way here. And all of these correspond here. And for example, I can search through them. For example, let's say that I wanted to find an annotation about, let's see, what does doting mean? Let's say I encountered it in another chapter and I forgot what it meant. So if I just searched it up, so as you can see, I typed it and it showed. So then I can use this for like recollecting like different definitions or looking back at what I annotated, what I wrote down. This is like a really quick way to find what you wrote down and to see what you actually thought about different passages instead of, for example, in physical books, flipping through them and seeing if you can find it or not. And you can search through here. You can select different ones. You can also have selections of different ones over here. All these different what are these? All these different tags that I put, and you can put multiple tags. For example, over here, I put this as, where'd it go? For this one, I put this as an allusion and a definition because I stated what it meant, and also it's like an allusion to saying. So that's how I annotated this, as well as sticky notes as well for some questions I had, or for like big passages that I didn't want to like highlight the whole thing, or like just wanted to note down something. And so this is how it looks. And over here on the right, you can also search through like the document, like the book. So you can do Control F or Command F based on your computer. You can like find different passages or words in the book, so you don't have to flip through the book physically. And this is like like something that you would find in every PDF reader. And let's say that you want to save this. This should autosave, but for example, if you are connected to like you're synced to an account that you created, you can click on the top right. It should activate once in a while. But if you do this, it syncs with the cloud, so then this would be backed up. Now let's say that you want to send this to someone. How you can do this is you can go to File, and then you can Save As. When you go to Save As, it'll ask you what you want to name it as. Let's say I just name it like this. And then what I can do is I can go to my downloads and I can actually open this up. And if I open this up, I open it up in Adobe Acrobat Reader, but you can also open it up in the browser. And if I scroll down, let me get rid of this. If you scroll down to chapter 1, as you can see on the right side are my comments, my annotations, and they all correspond to different highlights. So for example, the colors are maintained. You can also hover over them to see what I wrote. You don't have to click on them. And the sticky notes are also there. And you can also click on them to see where I wrote it on the right side. And to show that it also works on the browser, what I can go is I can go here. I can drag over the PDF from my file explorer, and then I can scroll down, or I can go to chapter 1. And as you can see, the highlights are preserved. I can hover over it, or I can click on it to show it. And then the sticky notes are also there. So everything is there. You can share this with people, and you can export it as a file. Now, let's say that you wanted to edit this on the go. For example, you don't want to install this app, or you want to just do it on your web browser or something like that. For that use case, you would have to create an account on Zotero, and then you would have to go to Web Library. If you go to Web Library, it'll show you something like this. And it should automatically be synced. If it's not, you can try refreshing this, and you can go here and If you want, you can refresh the page. And then, as you can see, there are some limitations to the web browser. So, for example, if I go to my library, there's no like file, edit, view, tools, help, and all that. But I can still open this. So I can double click on it to open it. If that doesn't work, you can always click on this. You can go to attachments, and then you can click this and click open. Both of them do the same thing. Now I have opened it, and as you can see, this is basically the same thing as the app. So if I click over here to the app, except the app has a couple more tools. So for example, you can add text, you can add select areas. For example, what does that mean? You can just like select an area of it, and then it would show up in the annotations like this, like kind of like a screenshot kind of thing. And you can add comments and tags as well. But this is basically the web version of it. And whatever I do here, for example, let's say I select this text. Let's say I selected in this color, I haven't used it. Now if I go over here, and go to the same page, as you can see, it's syncing. So it's syncing with the changes that happened. And now, as you can see, it shows up. Let's say I delete it from here. And then I go back. Oh yes, I have to click on this. Once I click on that, okay, it's not gone yet. Maybe I need to reload it. But once I reload it, it should not be there anymore. As you can see, it's not there anymore. So basically, it's saved onto the cloud, so you can access it from the web browser. How to do it is you can go to zotero.org, and then if you log in, you can just click on web library, and then that will make you go to my library, and then you can click on whatever you have. You can also do the other stuff that I've mentioned. For example, adding the book, you can do that right here. This is the same thing. It adds the book. And as you can see, if I go back to my library, it's right there. So it's synced for me. To be clear, you don't have to have an account. You don't have to make a sync. You can use this without an account, but that's only possible if you install the app. For doing it on the web, you need an account. And this is basically it for how to annotate a book, a PDF of a book on Zotero. I hope that you enjoyed me describing how to use this. Thank you for watching this video.